with all due respect, definitely not going to be any killing without killing. You know, and I would like that to be clear for the record. So understand the fact that we got police in here. I wanted you to be here to understand what I said.
Let me start the first verse by giving praise to Allah, the creator of the earth, sun, moon, and the stars. I be the Moorish general, head nigga in charge. Had to come and save the nation, they was repping it wrong. Ain't no stopping this, used to not having a pot to piss. Only link with real niggas, word up, shout out to Providence. They don't teach you about your birthrights in school. If you don't know, you're a Moor. Read a book, choice is yours. Sometimes I wonder if Jeff Fort got out of prison with brothers in Chicago. Uniteds want to stop the killing. Only real can relate.
There's not going to be no killing without killing, gentlemen. With all due respect, definitely not going to be any killing without killing. You know, and I would like that to be clear for the record. So understand the fact that we got police in here. I wanted you to be here to understand what I said.
Let me start the first verse by giving praise to Allah, the creator of the earth, sun, moon, and the stars. I be the Moorish general, head nigga in charge. Had to come and save the nation, they was repping it wrong. Ain't no stopping this, used to not having a pot to piss. Only link with real niggas, word up, shout out to Providence. They don't teach you about your birthrights in school. If you don't know, you're a Moor. Read a book, choice is yours. Sometimes I wonder if Jeff Fort got out of prison with brothers in Chicago. Uniteds want to stop the killing. Only real can relate. Spread love, fuck all the snakes. What more can I say? This joint's for my L's and Bass, the nobles and grand sheiks. For soldiers who hold heat, they internet thugs. These cowards really don't want beef. The colonizer got you shook, shaking in your boots. I stand on truth. It's time to rally up the troops.
Channel 5 News has learned that investigators are preparing to slap Jeff Fort with new federal racketeering charges. According to highly reliable sources, those charges are based on long-distance phone taps.
When Chief Malik wrote me back in 2013, in the name of Almighty Allah, gracious and unseen, he told me naught is naught, power is all illusion, kin. Heaven, hell, earth are not above, around, but in. Inform me he received my book, he appreciated. It's imperative to exercise the mind, he related. The blessings of man, health, vigor, and proportion fold into each other. Health to the body, honesty to the soul. His charges were trumped up, left to die in supermax, political prisoner, Gaddafi conspirator, conspiracy, facing tyranny for infinity, complicity, mystery humbled by his authenticity. Put L on a gang name, L after Ainge, reading his FBI papers makes him sound deranged. Read the case, I found many things often strange. With Chief Malik locked up, no revolution, just gangs. For more senseless killings now than then was the plan, and make a terrorist out of a good Moorish American man.
Between Jeff Fort and gang members back here at home, conversations in which Fort allegedly is running the gang's criminal activity here in Chicago.
We're not a gang.
But for years now, the Al Rukns have steadfastly denied that they are a criminal activity, saying they are simply a Muslim religion.
We only are involved with the uplifting and the building for our people in our society, and better neighborhoods and better communities.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, they ahead of my born day. Independence and law make civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, they ahead of up on day. Independence and law makes civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm rock bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, rapping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it. So the snake's still showing up, stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death grip and slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astral plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Moorish or Moor, key man or oracle, using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical, lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic, facts like a dirty Moor or a Drew Ali critic, calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved, or cut like a close shave, drowned in my brainwaves, squashed by heat waves, activating Kundalini, Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini, Selassie in exile, reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real, all I see is false evidence, they are feminists, stomped on by elephants, won't like go prejudice but want Moorish benefits, when you feel the pull magnetic resonance, apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent, great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence, ace all the testaments, tap into remembrance, never to forget again, use energy right, not put spell effects on men, wandering the earth plane with no veil of shades, keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades, it's been decades since Christian crusades, not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets, holding on to the
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates. Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, they ahead of up on day. Independence and law makes civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm rock bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, rapping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight. People still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death grip and slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astral plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Moorish or Moor, key man or oracle, using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical, lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic, facts like a or a Drew Ali critic, calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved, or cut like a close shave, drowned in my brainwaves, squashed by heat waves, activating Kundalini, Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini, Selassie in exile, reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real, all I see is false evidence, they are feminists, stomped on by elephants, won't like go prejudice but want Moorish benefits, when you feel the pull magnetic resonance, apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent, great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence, ace all the testament. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no veil of shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
Islam Moors, happy holy day to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Supreme honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Supreme honors. supreme honors to the Prophet. If you have any questions, put it in the chat in all caps. Just wanted to play one of these again because it's crazy.
Brothers and sisters, is that the vaccine that you're going to be taking was developed by an African American woman. And that is just a fact. I mean, that is a fact. And I think that's some of the things that people don't fully appreciate. I want to say to my African American brothers and sisters is that the vaccine that you're going to be taking was developed by an African American woman. And that is just a fact. I mean, that is a fact. And I think that's some of the things that people don't fully appreciate. I want to say to my African American brothers and sisters is that the vaccine that you're going to be taking was developed by an African American woman.
I just wanted to remind you that if you're classifying yourself as African American, you're going to be taking the vaccine that was created by your own, as usual. They always need the Asiatic there so the karma doesn't fall on them. And how is it on this huge earth? How is it on this huge earth that all of a sudden they got African American scientists and stuff like that making vaccines? What happens when people getting shot up in the street and all that stuff? They weren't talking about no doctors. Every COVID stuff, Nigerian doctors coming out, all these people coming out trying to say that, oh yeah, we know what's up. Hold on a second. So if you know what's up, how come you weren't telling 5 years ago? How come right now you're telling me about deep state? You've been known about that. If you know as much as you know now about deep state, you've been known. How come you didn't say anything? Are you waiting for something to say something? Or are you part of the thing that has our people trapped, warped? Moore said the other day, we can't even call it brainwash. We have to call it brain dirty. People who are brain dirty. The brain dirty people. They're telling the people, you're taking it. There's no question. Why? Because they recognize who their property is. And their property is anybody classified as Negro, black, colored, white, black. Any of the fictions that you want to use in this place called North America. Question, right to travel. What things are required, as in things needed to know and have in order to be able to stand on your square, Islam? When it comes to right to travel, no man is an island. Because you're always going to get outweighed by the colonists. Because our people want to be Negroes, which instead of them being like you and wanting to exercise the right, they want to go to these people, get licenses and stuff like that, and then they can give them tickets, and then the tickets that they get from them that they're going to pay, right? The same people who you said, oh yeah, I want to exercise right travel, and you get in some BS with them, and now you got to go to court because they want to pretend like they don't recognize something or whatever like that. The same finance they just got from your brother who doesn't know about their self, they're going to use to come at you. And the amount of Negroes there are, these people are going to have lawyers that they could switch, change dates, bring the case back later with different lawyer, different judge, you know what I mean? And then that's how they win. Keep you running the treadmill. So when it comes to right to travel, we wouldn't even say that's something to be exercising. That's something to, put on the vision board and use that as something you want for your life. That's not, don't look at it like that. Because right to travel is point something percent of being a Moor. Point something. Right to travel is not, the only reason right to travel is important or on the people's minds is more than likely because they have some driving issues with the people who they went and contracted with to get a license in the first place, which put them in the jurisdiction to be in the situation that they're in, where these people have them over the barrel. Because you already know that if we already know people who, for example, right now at this moment, they don't have a license because it's been suspended and all this stuff, right? And then you say, hey, you have a license? No, I don't have a license, man. I'm just trying to get by, just, you know what I mean? How long you been driving without a license? I don't know. 5 years. Guess what he was doing for 5 years? Right to travel. Guess that's what they're doing for the past 5 years. They weren't calling themselves a Moor, even though they had a license that was expired. What they were actually doing in reality was they were actually doing right to travel. They've been exercising right to travel for 5 years. No card, no stops, no whatever. Why? Because they take responsibility. Because they know if they get stopped with that expired thing, they're going up the river. So what do? They follow the speed of the road. They indicate when they're whatever like that. But then when they have the legit license, they want to fly through stuff and turn without this and switch lanes without the, and then want to know how come there's issues. Right? Because like the master teacher, Brother Abdullah Bey, taught us, when somebody asks that question, hey, I have a question. Could you explain right to travel? And then his answer was, put the key in the door, open the thing, get in the seat, close the door, put on your seatbelt, put the key in, turn the ignition, and then he started talking about something else, and then somebody's trying to ask a question again. No, but I mean, how do you right to travel? Absolutely went over their head. Because they're looking at right to travel as the subject matter, the thing that they're going to go and study. If it's a right, it's something you're born with. You're not going to go find out how do I right to travel? Oh yeah, I'm going to go. That's how you get played with packages and stuff like that. Because your mindset is, oh yeah, I'm going to learn how to do this. When you don't learn how to right to travel, time comes when that's what it is. You don't learn to, you learn to stop saying black. You learn to do that. You say black something and then you correct yourself or whatever like that. Eventually, black's eliminated from your vocabulary. Right to travel is not something that you learn. You're going to practice how to, well, going behind the wheel and whatever, that's practicing. No, because going behind a truck, going behind a boat, going behind a whatever, going behind a handlebar. Once you learn how to do it, it is what it is. But if we're talking about it's a right that you're born with, The only way that you're going to learn about that is if somebody sells you some conference class package of how to right to travel. And then you, like a dummy, you're going to go learn how to right to travel. Like this is driving school or something. That's not what this is. You're talking about a right. Rights don't go like that. Rights, you either have it or you don't have it. That's what it is. Now, to get yourself up to speed with regard to where your mind has to be in order to exercise that right, we would say you go to rvbaypublications.com, you go get the driver's license fraud book. On top of that, you go on the driver's license fraud section on the RV Bay site. And then you go look up video by Taj Street Bay called Driver's License Fraud. And study what's in there. I don't care what anybody else says about right to travel. I never sent you to them. I know where I sent you. So whatever you want to do, going over here, this guy said it too, and that guy over there showed me his paper that he showed the judge, and that got him off 500 years. That's up to you if you don't listen to them. You said, go to RV Bay Publications, get the driver's license fraud book, and then go on the driver's license fraud section. And then you're going to go to YouTube and look at videos by only this name I'm calling, no other name you're going to listen to. Taj Street Bay driver's license fraud. You just put that in YouTube. Whatever comes up with that individual, watch that. Anything else? I never sent you there. That's your own business. If you want to go check those guys over there, see what they had to say. That's up to you. I know where I sent you. Because if it's a right, it has to start in your mind. Because you're not exercising the right if you don't know about it. And you can't know about it unless you activate yourself. And how you activate yourself is really by saying the truth about your nationality and birthrights. Because the right to travel is in that. The right to travel is not a thing over there that you're going, oh yeah, I want to go, let's go over there to the right to travel. And we'll just go over there and that's where we're going to be as Moors for forever. No, you won't. That's a fiction. Right? Now for the side of, okay, now that you have the right and you understand what it is, right? Here's some examples. There's Moors right now who, for the past 7 to 15 years, they've had their own plates. They don't have anything from the people who you say get a license from. They've been had their own plates. And they're not doing that just because they feel like doing that. They're exercising a right that's part of their birthrights. You have a right to certain things. But the system that we're in, certain things is not really a right in a sense, because if we start exercising like we're supposed to as the Aboriginal and Indigenous people, and we start saying, well, you know what, we're going to take our finance and we're going to put it into having an office that we can call the Department of whatever, that's going to be giving out licenses and passports and plates and gun licenses and whatever else you want, but it's from Moors. And then we have our own stuff. Not to going anywhere. One office, everybody goes to that to get all their stuff. Just like they got. But the issue is, Moors want to do the exercise the right. When the exercise the right is really supposed to be done as a body. It's not supposed to be done as, if we're saying we are a nation and then one of us are here. We're not really a nation, really. We're kind of fronting like we're a nation. But this is why we use the Moorish paradigm, because that's the most recognized nation. So even if it's one of us and it seems like we're fronting, it's actually making a very broad statement as the position this individual is taking, who's saying they're a Moor, opposed to anybody else who looks like them but calls themselves something else. Case in point. Al-America travels through America's Arab and Islamic roots. Jonathan Curiel. Hey, the Curiel? That's European. Curiel. Curiel, though. You have the dark, you have the naps and all that stuff. There's the big schnoz and all that. He has the Buddha ears, earlobe long like whatever. You know he has the naps. You know he never combed his hair straight ever in his life. He has the naps. Let's see if he's really Curiel or if he's some European guy. The Seeds of Islam in America, from Columbus to Alamo. Open your ears. Columbus was now in a generous mood. 2 days later, sailing along the coast of the island known today as Trinidad, he marveled at the physical well-being of the young native people who had met his ship, saying in his journal that they were all of very fine stature, tall, and very graceful in their movements. Their hair is very long and smooth, and they have their heads bound with certain worked scarves, which from a distance appear to be of silk and almazars. These are the natives, right? Columbus was using Arabized Spanish when he referred to almazars, a word incorporated into the language when Muslims ruled parts of Spain for 700 years. Almazars means material from a Moorish scarf. That is, a scarf worn by Moors. The Muslims from North Africa who captured and governed much of the Spanish peninsula from 711 to 1492. Almirante del Oceano, commander of the ocean sea. Columbus' vocabulary was full of Arabized words. So these Moors near Trinidad, and Tobago, which is right there near Venezuela, which is right there in the quote-unquote West Indies, the Caribbean and all that stuff, they have Moorish scarves. Why are they wearing Moorish scarves if they're not Moors? Why are they wearing Moorish scarves? Why are the scarves specifically Moorish? Right? Almizars means material from a Moorish scarf. That is a scarf worn by Moors. How's that so simple for him, this so-called European guy, who's the devil or whatever? But you tell our people about Moorish and they're starting to tell you about Ish, and Ish is like a British and all this. What are you talking about? What off mindset are you at? Now here goes this European with the afro telling you about Moorish scarf. But you're debating Moors. Are we Moorish or aren't we Moorish or whatever? Moorish scarf. That is a scarf worn by Moors. That's why it's a Moorish scarf. Because it's relative to the Moors. The same meaning that you get when you look up Moorish. You want to make up stuff. Have you not be Moors? Have you not be Moorish? Have you thinking Moorish is the identity of something? No, Moorish is relative to the Moors. Because if you say Moors, then people want to get scared and stuff like that and play dumb. Everybody knows what's up. The Moors say that we're back, people are going to have problems. They're going to be upset. Columbus specifically credited Moors among those who had aided him. Every sea so far traversed have I sailed. I have conversed and exchanged ideas with learned men, churchmen, and laymen, Latins, Greeks, Jews, and Moors, and many other religions. People don't know something. We're the only ones that don't know. And we don't get it. That ain't dummy. You're supposed to know. You can't not know. How do you not know? Well, I don't know. Well, sorry, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You could get out of here with all that BS. You could get out of here with all that. Because we're not playing. We're not playing any games with any of you people. We're Moors. You want to be all this other stuff? Go right ahead. Don't be pulling me into your stuff. You're on your own. You want to play black, Negro, African games, Indian games. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Even after Granada, Spain's last Muslim kingdom fell in 1492. Thousands of Muslims stayed in the country as mudajars, subordinate Muslims who continued to work in trades that maintained a Moorish identity. Subordinated Muslims, just like the subordinated Christians, the Moriscos, the subordinated whoever's the Melungians, the subordinated everybody. They play a little, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're part of the Navy and we got an oath and all that stuff, but in the background, they knew that they're Moors. They knew that they had to maintain a Moorish identity. They weren't complete sellout because you see them doing something that you might have looked at. You know, it's like people going on talking about Marcus Garvey's a sellout. Since when? How you figure? How is he a sellout when they trumped him up on $3 mail fraud charges? How is he the sellout? What are you talking about? Everybody knows somebody who's funny. Doesn't mean that they ride with the funny guy. It doesn't mean that. Right? So these Moors who were subordinated to being Muslims after the fall still maintain their Moorish identity. Still. They still maintain their Moorish identity. Of course they will. Why wouldn't they? Nobody else is throwing away their stuff. Only us. Like most of the early wrought iron on the balcony of the quarter, the design is Mooresque. Arthur's way of saying Moorish. Well, that's Mooresque. What do you mean by that? Oh, Moorish. Well, you just say Moorish. Like, are you playing around? Playing games. You already know it's Moorish. It's Mooresque. Just say the stuff. Right? Even Arthur knows. Oh yeah, that's his way of saying Moorish. He was trying to pull a fast one. We want to give up the stuff. Give it up. Stop playing. At Mission San Jose Visitor Center, behind a glass display that explains the architecture of all 5 surviving missions in this statement, the architecture of the structures reflected the architectural traditions of Spain, combining the styles of the Renaissance with Moorish designs and craftsmanship. At Mission San Jose, the Moorish design and craftsmanship becomes immediately apparent in the paintings that created the mission's original 1782 opulence. At Mission San Francisco de la Espada, the southernmost of San Antonio's historic missions, the chapel door is a Moorish horseshoe designed straight from the Al Jaferia Palace in the 11th century Islamic fortress built in northern Spanish city of Zaragoza. At Mission Nuestra Senora de la Concepción de Acuna, the mission closest to the Alamo, the dome would be at home in any number of Moorish mosques in medieval Spain. They know this much. Our people don't know. You guys are in trouble. What is Moorish about the Alamo? To start with its front archway, according to historian journalist Charles Fletcher Loomis, who in 1908 magazine article referred to the Alamo's beautifully carved Moorish doorway. What the Moorish stuff doing over here like that? Why? And again, if this stuff isn't piquing your interest and having you say, hold on a second, yeah, what the hell is going on? Then you're probably already gone. There might not be much hope left for you. So this is just one little book from some European. This is not even nothing extravagant. European did some travels and just wrote a book. About this Islamic influence in America. And in research, and you check everywhere else in the world, and yeah, it's the same stuff. And you check the Masons, and it's the same stuff. They're doing this Moorish thing. How'd they do that? By us wanting to be Negro, black, colored. Flip the script. They gave up the black stuff, became the Moor. We embraced the black stuff, became the serf. became the one who's going to get vaccinated, because African American made the vaccine. During Spain's conquest of the Americas, which lasted 300 years, Spanish architects opted the alfiz and other Moorish ideas into scores of churches, including sites in what are today Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and Mexico. Especially in Mexico, churches that use some kind of Moorish design are ubiquitous. For instance, the Franciscan chapel in the village of Anguan, which features an intricate alfiz, the former convent in Huejotzingo, whose crenellated roofline resembles that of a mosque, Gothic Mohammedan design, says one historian. In the United States, Spanish-built churches with Moorish elements include Tucson's San Xavier de Black, whose dome and roofline are mosque-like. La Paraguina in Santa Fe, New Mexico, a church resembling a Moorish castle with crenellated towers. It was mostly rebuilt in 1869. And the Mission San Carlo Borromeo de Carmelo in Carmel, California, whose Moorish features include its bell tower. And never teaching them this, how much the Moors are connected to over here. During the 30 years that the Alamo was a military headquarters, it went through another major design change that would be hidden to historians for more than a century. Army personnel painted over the Moorish-looking frescoes that ring the wall and ceiling of the Alamo's former sacristy, featuring geometric patterns of flowers and pomegranates. The frescoes, which military deemed frilly, are a missing link to Alamo's Spanish-Moorish past. When Bruce Winders, the Alamo's official historian, saw the frescoes when they were first uncovered in 2000, he thought that at least a section of them resembled the geometric forms of Moorish art and architecture. When I interviewed him in 2007, Winders continued to believe that the frescoes are definitely rooted in Moorish culture. Often, he told me, what we think of as Spanish comes from that contact with the Moors. What we think of as Spanish comes from that contact with the Moors. Don't forget the countdown. The Moors are waiting for that ma'am. Canaanland Moors YouTube. Canaanland Moors YouTube. 6:30. The premiere of the official ma'am. Of course, 12:06 all day, every day. Should be another banger. Should be another banger. Yep, ma'am. 6:30. Canaanland Moors YouTube. Canaanland Moors YouTube 6:30. The official video release for the new single. The new single. Let's stick close to that rvbaypublications.com. Stick close to that riseofthemoors.org. Stick close to that Canaanland Moors YouTube. Moorishdirectory.com. Just get your study up. The only thing that's going to save you right now. The only thing that's going to save you. The great Noble Drew Ali's teacher was Allah. Of course, there was, Deuce Muhammad Ali. There was Rabbi Josiah Ford. Those are probably the two main ones. Of course, he had his Washita family. The Tunica Washita. Had the elders in that. And again, if we could do some research and find this. And this Europeans letting you know what's up over here with regard to the Moors. They ain't calling anything in here Indian, remember that. And they're talking about America. They didn't talk any Native American. They didn't talk any Indian. They didn't talk none of that. No tribes of whatever. Moorish. Buildings looking like mosques. Indians don't build those. So obviously they had no power here. If they're claiming some Dawes rules and all this made them who they are. Right? They're late. I think the most I haven't seen any books on the Moors more extensive than the S.P. Scott 3-volume. That's the only one. Because that 3-volume is crazy. And not even a quarter away through that. That's just on the shelf. Just to have that. Because those ones are crazy. But remember that when you look up free white person, Tartars are in there. And free white person does not mean European race. So I don't know Tartarian versus anything. All that's our stuff. Atlantean, Lumerian, all that's our stuff. Anunnaki and all that's our stuff. Dogon, all that's ours. Only verses that I look at is lower self or disagreeable beings. Disagreeable beings. The ones on the lower vibratory frequency. They're the ones on the lower frequency. Yeah, just like when people like to say British Empire did something. No, they didn't. There's no such thing as no British Empire. Britain's not an empire. All that's Europe. And the Europeans didn't rule there. We did. Same overlap. Throne that Queen sitting on and all that stuff, that's theirs. That's just a chair. The empire is ours, that they overlapped onto. And now they're fronting like it's them. Because they have us so warped. They have us so lost. Salam to all the Moors. Honors to the Prophet, Noble Juali. Honors to all the Moors everywhere. Today's book was Al America by Jonathan Curiel. Honors to the man, Noble Juali.
am a Moorish American man. Uplift humanity, that is my plan. This is Morocco, so this is my land. Open your hands, 5 on the left. Put up the peace sign, 2 on the right. Open your third eye, can you see the light? Not civil little martus. Full life, not civil little martus. Full life. More is a verb, more is a noun. Matter the more because black is an adjective. With the black saddest thing you over Madigan. Christian back coast, Pope of the Vatican. Listen, my people, no time for shenanigans. If this an island, I'ma call you Gilligan. Trace myself back, I'm a rocket, I'm here again. Moorish Americans know what the spirit is. The more that you study, the clearer it gets. Did it myself, now I cheer again. This the prophet, we not friends again. Now I can hear again, see again. Welcome to me again, God being me again. Sons of Allah, did it with intelligence. Study, 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 did it with some diligence. 7-11, they mad cause I'm militant. Christopher Columbus, the slave and I'm serious. Slave is a bloodline, we did the labor. Leave me alone, I don't need any favors. Keep all that money, that shit is just paper. The United States is only on paper. The way you fight back, thoughts written on paper. You can say yourself, cause no one can save you. Gotta study self, change your behavior. The higher, the lower, now here come the danger. The lower is walking with one in the chamber. Higher is trying to control all the anger. My ego is saying, fuck all of you haters. I'm ready for this, I'm ready for war. 2 seconds on the clock, 1 shot, and I'm ready to score. Stop killing over colors, what's that for? Not nigga black colors, we are Moors. I am a Moorish American man. Uplift humanity, that is my plan. This is Morocco, so this is my land. Open your hands, 5 on the left. Put up the peace sign, 2 on the right. Open your third eye, can you see the light? Not civil little martus, full life, not civil little martus, full life.
Son of a mother, air shit. None of her mothers can fierce dick. Pop smoking, but not broken. Riot spoken, screaming BLM. When you see them all, we ain't them. Stay strong, some weak with no end. Rule flow, track up the track, what the hell you know? We are Moors, not baby clones. The great and the great they roll. Nah, in the veins they yo. I'm NFA with y'all, but we ain't them. When the real and the real, real and real. Got news from CNN on MHS, Taj on VHS. Canaanland Moors for the latest. And to Muhammad, no, but you Ali, the greatest. If you talk color, not hearing ya. Bloodsuckers, homo than malaria. No need to put this lots of fear in ya. Just throw you a book and you're scared enough. Buy a little sheep while it's shearing ya. Next day forget where you're naked from. That's not a heart, that's the shape of a lady's bum. Or 2 separated, slice open atria.
I am a Moorish American man. Uplift humanity, that is my plan. This is Morocco, so this is my land. Open your hands, 5 on the left. Put up the peace sign, 2 on the right. Open your third eye, can you see the light? Not civil little martus, full life, not civil little martus, full life. I am a Moorish American man. Uplift humanity, that is my plan. This is Morocco, so this is my land. Open your hands, 5 on the left. Put up the peace sign, 2 on the right. Open your third eye, can you see the light? Not civil little martus, full life, not civil little martus, full life.
Corporate to run at the Cali. On paper, rights breaker. Things that get open get carried. Take it home to your family. This Lone Star's not Texas. It's Moorish, not man-made. Stay touring, not here to stay. This I'm a rock, not United States. On the rock, not rock with me. On the block, firm, not top heavy. Push more with black, nothing happening. Who's wearing masks getting robbed, not me. Real life monopoly.